This is the American Power Hour. I'm your host, Nick Metcalf, and I'm here joined by my co-host today, Mackenzie. She is chilling like a villain. How was everybody's Christmas? It's currently December 26th, Friday, the day after Christmas. Just got out of the shower, so if I fix my hair once or twice, that's why. And I'm also always red after I take a nice hot shower after working out. You know, heart rate's up, and then I take a hot shower. I'm always red after. You know, I'm always like warm, kind of like a little sweaty. I should probably take like a cooler shower. That's probably what, that would make the most sense, I think. All right, guys. So we are here live. I have the McDonald's Grinch meal. This is the Grinch salt. This is the Grinch meal from McDonald's. Just a seasoning packet. A single seasoning packet. It's like... Why is it snapping like that? That's a little strange. I guess I'll break it up a little bit here, and we'll sprinkle it on the fries. Give this a shot. Dude, there's like legit... Feels like it's like a rock. Grinch seasoning, dill seasoning. Oh my lord. This is... Dude, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? This is insane. This is the craziest thing I think I've ever seen in my entire life from a fast food joint. Do you see what's in here? It looks like peanut brittle. It looks like there's peanut brittle inside of here. Is it supposed to be like this? It's like a joke. Maybe it's a joke. Look guys, it's the Grinch meal. It's the Grinch meal from McDonald's, and it's a bunch of shards. So let's try out the Grinch meal from McDonald's. Here we go, guys. Dear God. Oh my Lord. This is repulsive. This is one of the worst things I think McDonald's has... This has got to be the worst thing McDonald's has ever come out with. Look at this. The Grinch meal. What is going on here? You know, a lot of people ask me, they're like, oh, why'd you stop doing fast food reviews? It's because of stuff like this, McDonald's. Grinch salt, and in reality, chunks, shards of garbage. Shards of garbage. How many billions of dollars, McDonald's, are you making per year? And this is what you came up with for a Grinch meal. A Grinch meal. I know I'm kind of being a Grinch myself here, but what are we doing? What is this? You had so many opportunities to come up with a fun, cool idea for the Grinch meal for McDonald's, and you came up with this. This is what billions of dollars gets you. Shards of garbage. Man. Again, this is a prime example of why I don't do fast food reviews anymore. I used to get upset about stuff like this. I used to be a little bit more animated in the videos, and I would yell and I would be upset about stuff like this, but this is the norm. Garbage is the norm now. It's sad. It's sad to see. Um, oh, I don't know if I changed anything on the stream. Also, I wasn't sure if people get like notifications on Twitch. I think I accidentally like turned it off by accident. That's my bad. I'm still trying to figure out the whole Twitch thing here. All right, so the Grinch meal from McDonald's receives a 0 out of 10. This is the lowest item I've ever. This is the lowest item I've ever scored in my entire life. Is the Grinch meal from McDonald's. It's got to be the grossest thing I've ever put in my mouth. And maybe it's, like I said, maybe it's supposed to be like this. Maybe it's supposed to be chunks of... Even the smell is starting to make me sick. It's like this putrid, chemically grinchy dill pickle seasoning. And it's not even seasoning. It's like brittle. It's literal pieces of brittle in there. It's sad. It's tragic. I don't know if you guys can see that, but... Oh, man. Horrible way to start off this review. What's going on with you guys today? 5 viewers here today on the day after Christmas. Love to see that. Definitely a not a day I'm expecting a shit ton of people here. I got a new sweatshirt. Squatch Patrol is what it says on it if you couldn't read it. It's very comfy. Eddie Bauer. Santa brought this one. He got it from Kohl's. Santa is a bargain shopper for sure. All right, let's get into this food here. Creamy chili McCrispy strip dip. Never seen this before. This seems new. Seems like a new sauce. I haven't had McDonald's in a little bit. It's been a bit for me having. So I can't even put the seasoning on the fries. So that was awesome. These fries aren't bad. Starting to get cooled down a little bit. A little bit of salt on there. I did a review at a fast food place the other day, like a local. That's the only type of fast food I review now is like a local type of fast food spot. Someone commented, they were like, oh, I can't believe you can't tell the difference between hand-breaded chicken tenders and actual frozen chicken tenders. It's like, dude, it's a fast food spot. It's gonna be frozen. Unless you're going to like a quick service fancy joint, like a Five Guys type spot. I don't put Five Guys in the same class as like McDonald's. They're just different. This is the new snack wrap from McDonald's. I'm excited to try this. I haven't tried it. I have not tried this yet. There's 2 different kinds. There's a spicy one, and then there's a ranch one. I decided to get the spicy one. Looks like you have some cheese in there, a little bit of lettuce, and a chicken tender. Yeah, okay. All right. Here we go. I mean, that's what we're working with the chicken tender. What happened? What happened, McDonald's? You used to have You used to have the chicken selects, and they were great. They were a great little fast food, frozen chicken finger, chicken tender, if you will. The chicken selects. Does anybody else remember those? That was back before they took away the snack wrap. They used to have the snack wrap back in the day, and they would use the chicken selects, and they were great. I mean, I was a kid at the time, but they were great from what I remember. Chillin' and Villain 01 said yes, those were good. I think those were a lot better than whatever the hell this is. Because I look in there and I just see sadness. It doesn't look like a good time. Boxing CMC Boy said chicken selects were goated with the cinnamon melt. Yeah, the cinnamon melt. What happened to those too? McDonald's used to have some good items back in the day. All right, I finally got to the spicy part of this snack wrap. As you can see, there's a little bit of a spicy sauce in there. A little bit of zip. Tiny bit. The slightest amount. Maybe a 3 out of 10 on the spice level. I'm going to push this chicken tender to the back of the snack wrap. That way, when I get to the end, it won't just be all tortilla. Let's take a look and see how much they're trying to scam us. Look at that. All that extra tortilla. Man. And the snack wraps used to be, what, $1.50? Back in the day? They used to be $1.50, I believe. Maybe $1 even. Were they on their value menu? This was like $3 and change for one. Kind of crazy if you ask me. Let's take this bite of tortilla. Oh, man. What is up, Christy? Christy is in the chat, gifting five tier 1 subs. Thank you so much, Christy. Shout out to Christy. How was your Christmas? I know we talked for a moment on Instagram. Excuse me. Christy said, got a busy day, can't hang. Hope your Christmas was great. Thank you for even popping in, Christy. I appreciate it. I hope you and everyone in your family had a great Christmas as well. Thanks for popping in. Let me know. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I got to get to that Tim Robinson show. What's up, Zari Eats? How you doing, man? Zari Eats over on Instagram. Excuse me. A little bit of Zari Eats. You would know this. What's the deal with this? Look at this. This is why I don't do the fast food bullshit anymore, dude. The entire packet is just these peanut brittle-esque shards of pickle salt. And it smells wretched, too, by the way. All right, we're going to see if Mackenzie can listen to a simple command. Because she's begging right now. This is the begging position. Hey, buddy. Can you go lay down? Oh, good girl. Lay down. Thank you. Good girl. Let's get you a French fry. You got to reward when they listen, right? Oh, good catch. Good catch, kiddo. Looking like Terrell Owens out there. Just a blonder version, if you will. Zara Eats said bad packaging. Is it happening like across the board? Are other people experiencing this as well? Look at the last ingredient on there. You see what it says? More than 2% silicon dioxide to prevent caking. Didn't work. Didn't work. Maybe you need more than 2% of silicon dioxide in there. Wasn't getting the job done. Exposed to moisture. Yeah, yeah. Poor packaging. Poor packaging. Today is Friday. Anybody have crazy plans for the weekend? It is the day after Christmas right now, so I know a lot of people probably have family in town, or maybe they're out of town hanging out with family. I got a holiday pie here as well. The holiday pie from McDonald's, of course. Do I want to get into it? Yeah. Let's just bite into this now. Let's get into this holiday pie. What's up, Jasmine? Jasmine Chavez. I'm on Twitch. Hey. Shout out to you, Jasmine. Came over from Facebook. Hey. Yeah, I'm doing the lives now on Twitch. Lives on Twitch. And then I do have that Facebook page, American Power Hour Facebook page, where I'll post all the lives in their in its entirety on that page. Zara Eat said maybe they're store it with stuff near. Yeah, maybe they're storing it with stuff near Steam, and I got the short end of the stick on that individual one. It's insane how much it happens. You know, people used to always comment like, "Oh, this guy gets screwed like every time." Yeah. And people used to love it too. People used to love when I would get pissed off and get angry in the reviews. And it's one of the reasons why I stopped doing like the recommendation. Like I still look at the comments for recommendations for food places, for restaurants. But people used to intentionally send me to bad places because I would listen to the recommendations just because they wanted to see me freak out. You know, it's like, dude, I'm not trying to. What is this chest thing? There's a chest thing here. Open. Let's open this chest here. There's a cat doing a walk of some sort. I'm not sure exactly what that means. He's wearing sunglasses. Probably sunny out. Hype chests on the way. I don't know exactly what that means, but it sounds good. Hype chests. Zari said my Burger King treats me like that, so I go elsewhere now. Yeah, you have to. You got to. Yeah, all right, let's get into this holiday pie from McDonald's. What is the inside going to look like here? What's the cream going to look like? It's looking a bit hollow. You can almost see to the other end there. Little nonpareils on top. Pretty good. Pretty good. That really it doesn't change. I don't think it changes much year to year. The holiday pie. It's good. It's like a little custardy sugar cookie vibe going on. Zara Eat said, I've been curious, how are you doing the food tours? Am I driving? No flying? Yeah, I just drive. I don't like flying. I don't trust it, dude. You know? It's like a giant metal tube flying through the sky. What happens if a bird comes along? What, the whole plane goes down? I mean, come on. What about a drone? I mean, you know how many people are flying drones nowadays? Some 9-year-old kids flying a drone around, and all of a sudden, boom. You know, that would be tragic. I'm just joking, obviously, about not taking planes. You take them when you have to. You take planes when you have to. I just prefer not to. I prefer to drive and have my vehicle under my control and then be on high alert at all times for idiots on the road. because there are a lot of them. There are a lot of idiots on the road, and you got to be careful. You know, I've done an insane amount of driving in the past year, and I like it. I like being on the road, you know, alone with my thoughts. um, just having some peace and quiet and you and the road. It's fun. I like it. It's not for everyone, but gets me from A to B in a timely fashion as well. It doesn't take that long, you know, to drive from East Coast to the West Coast. It's like, all right, what, a couple nights in a hotel? That's not bad. And plus, I get to do reviews along the way as well. So if I wasn't doing reviews along the way, then flying would probably make more sense. But I just love driving around and eating. That's that's why I built it the way I did. All right, guys. So the holiday pie was good from McDonald's. You know, it doesn't change year to year. You got the crunch from the nonpareils. You have a flaky little pie crust going on, and then you're getting this custardy, vanilla-y, sugar cookie-esque flavor from it, and it's good. I do have 3 sauces here because I got the McCrispy strips. McDonald's is doing chicken tenders. I'm assuming it's the same thing that was in the snack wrap there. It does appear to be so. I'm liking the black pepper on the seasoning. You can see it straight up. A little bit of black pepper action. See what we're working with here on Twitch. What is up? Nick Metcalf is now streaming. Hey, that's me. Cool. Okay, cool. We're up. We're going. Alrighty. So, these are the chicken tenders. They don't look nearly as good as the chicken selects. They look a bit thinner. They look like they don't have as many ridges, divots, ethics, or morals. It's not bad. It's not bad for a frozen chicken tender. I'm not mad about this. But it's not a chicken select. Don't try to fool us. What do we got here? Honey mustard. What's the best dipping sauce for the chicken tenders? Is it honey mustard? Is it barbecue? Is it ketchup? Is it spicy mustard? Is it sweet and sour? I got a little sweet and sour action going here. And then this new chili dip. Creamy chili. We'll open up that one first. Let's open that one up. Zeke Weave said honey mustard. Honey mustard's goated. Barbecue said boxing CMC boy. I was real in between barbecue and sweet and sour. Just a vibe. Just going for the vibe today. A little sweet and sour vibe. All right. Let's try out this sauce. Jasmine said I haven't had them, but I love barbecue. Sweet and sour is probably going to be bussin'. I hope so. I hope so. All right, here we go. This is the new chili sauce. We'll dip, dip, dip. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Dude, shout out to Wayne Dang and Luke. Wayne was in the live, actually, last time. We were live here on Twitch. Right before he was leaving for Japan. I believe Japan for vacation for the holidays. And they always, you know, Wayne and Luke always do the dunk, 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 dip, dip, dip. So always got to give them a little shout out, you know. This is good. This tastes like buffalo was like their base. It tastes like they took their buffalo sauce and kicked it up a notch a little bit with some chili flakes. It's pretty good. I would get that again. 100% I would get that again. It has a little bit of heat to it. A little bit of sweetness as well. Getting the chili. Chillin' villains that I've always liked the sweet and sour. Of course, I like ketchup and mayo on the fries. Do you combine the ketchup and the mayo on the fries, or do you do like one in ketchup and then one in mayo? You know, it's funny. I don't love plain mayonnaise with French fries, but a good garlic aioli, I'm down, especially with a truffle Parmesan fry. Something about the combination of them. Let's get Mackenzie a fry. Mackenzie deserves a fry. We'll switch to the Kenzie cam here, see if she can catch it. What do you think? What's her percentage? What's her target and catch percentage rate? She's had what? One target today. She's 100% today. Let's see. One more target, one more catch. Oh, wow. Good catch, kid. Great catch. You've been practicing. You've been practicing, haven't you? Yes, like you say, I like to mix them. Saucy. Yeah, a little bit of ketchup, a little bit of mayo. I can get down with that. I can get down with that. That's a good little combination of sauces. And a lot of places do make like a house sauce, and it's often, mayo based with ketchup. Sometimes they'll put a little seasoning up in there, a little cayenne or a little relish sometimes too. I believe in her, said Jasmine. Yeah, she's becoming pretty good at catching French fries. I used to hand them to her. I used to put them on my shoulder, and she would come over my shoulder and grab them. People often ask, why isn't Mackenzie in more reviews? Excuse me. And I don't like bringing her on the super long road trips. Because like I said, if I drive to the West Coast, you're spending 2 nights in hotels to get out there. And those are like 12, 13-hour drives, with a dog in the car. That would be crazy. Wouldn't be right for the dog. Mackenzie all cramped up back there for 12, 13 hours. I'm not going to subject her to that. For what? Views? No. No. Yeah, when I do local reviews, I'll usually bring her with me. Sometimes I can't, just because of the way, like if I drive, a half an hour to go to a gym, and there's a bunch of restaurants in that area that I have to do reviews at, I'm not going to drive a half hour back to the house and then half hour back to where I just was. And, I try to include her as often as I can without being like, she's coming with me every review. Jasmine, have a great day. Have a great day, Jasmine. Shout out to Jasmine. Yeah, I wrote down a couple topics here. Couple of very, how should I put this? Polarizing topics. Because there was do you guys know who Nick Fuentes is? In the chat, Nick Fuentes. Joe Rogan was talking about Nick Fuentes. Joe Rogan and Shane Gillis on the most recent episode of the Joe Rogan podcast. They were talking about Nick Fuentes and his rise in popularity. I don't know if you guys know who that is or have heard of him before, but a very controversial figure that has been blowing up basically all over the internet. Sometimes it's hard to miss because of the way in which he goes viral, right? And people have their opinions about him, but a fact about him is that he's been blowing up. Period. The guy has been gaining an insane amount of attention. And he says some crazy things. Like women shouldn't be allowed to vote. That's nuts. That's that's one of the craziest things I think I've ever heard somebody say who's that popular, you know? Um, what do you guys think about that in the chat? Yeah. It's yeah, like I said, he has some points that, not points, but he raises some good questions on the, questioning mainstream media. There are parts of what he says that there there is some truth behind some of the questions he asks. Let me grab my notes real quick. So I did take a couple notes here. Yeah, Nick Fuentes. One of Nick Fuentes' biggest claims is that, or things that he stands on, is that women shouldn't be allowed to vote because they're emotional. I don't. I don't get that. Because they're emotional. I mean, that almost sounds like an emotional response, like being that upset. Um, Sounds like rage baiting. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Boxing CMC boy. That's kind of my whole take on all this. This Nick Fuentes character. Uh-oh, we got the beggar. We got the beggar back at it. Mackenzie, no begging. Let's see if we can get her. Can you go back? Can you go back to Mackenzie's bed, buddy? Hey. Can you go back to... You go lay down? There you go. There you go. Let's get you a fry. Little French fry for Mackenzie. What do you think? 3 for 3? Oh, that's wild. 3 for 3. You should be starter on the Bills. Should be started on the Bills. But yeah, so the Nick Fuentes thing, he says a lot of crazy things, and it helps him go mega viral. He's the guy who says like the N-word on live on stream, just to rage bait, like you guys said. Obviously, women should, in fact, be allowed to vote. And saying that women are emotional, therefore they shouldn't be allowed to vote, it's one of the craziest things I've heard anyone say, especially someone who has become this popular. You would think that, like, you would kind of think things through more thoroughly after becoming so huge. I like that he questions certain things, right? There's some good to come out of the Nick Fuentes situation, because I do believe in freedom of speech, because when people speak what they're truly thinking and what's truly on their minds, then we as people can either say, okay, this is crazy, this is what a crazy person would say, or we can go, okay, there's some good ideas here. So I like that he questions the whole the right to vote thing. I like that, because the right to vote, right to vote is like 18 and up. Like there's no other parameters as far as the right to vote, 18 and up. And in my head, I'm like, why can't a 17-year-old vote? Like, what is the logical reason for why a 17-year-old cannot vote? And the answer, because I was doing a bunch of research on this, trying to find out like why a 17-year-old can't vote, but an 18-year-old can, and it's just because they're 18. Like that is It's the most like because I said so, like 18, period. Because I said so. And it's like, well, why? Is it because they have a greater understanding of the world? And if that's the if that's the reasoning as to why an 18-year-old is allowed to vote, what if what about the 17-year-olds that have an even greater understanding of the world than some 18-year-olds? Then it becomes like this arbitrary thing of what is the right to vote? Why is there stipulations on who can and can't vote? And is it just an arbitrary number? Is it just 18? Is that I don't know what you guys think about this in the chat, but I don't know if anyone has any other things to bring up when it comes to why an 18-year-old is allowed to vote. My biggest question is, why is an 18-year-old who doesn't have a large understanding of the world, why are they allowed to vote, but the 17-year-old who has a greater understanding of the world, why are they not allowed to vote? And I think the answer is just because. Period. 18. And like we're not allowed to push past that. It's just a straight up. Another thing, like the whole age thing was weird. I noticed this during the commercials. I don't know if you guys have been watching a lot of TV lately, but what's up? What happened to commercials? Every commercial is a drug, alcohol, or gambling. Those make up like 80% of all commercials. I just completely made that up, 80%. But that's what it seems like to me, as somebody who's been watching TV, especially during this holiday break here. Every once in a while, you'll have like a fast food commercial. So it's like drugs, alcohol, gambling, and then maybe some fast food. What happened? It's ridiculous. Mackenzie, go sit down, buddy. Go sit down, buddy. There you go. You're a good girl. She gets a little excited sometimes. But yeah, the commercials, it's like, what are we doing here? Why, we're one of the only countries that allows advertisements from drug companies. And they're always the most ridiculous ads, too. You'll see somebody like jumping for joy on a trampoline in slow motion, and it'll be like a dick pill. It's like, what is this? It's Christmas. I don't want to see this. It'll be someone like frolicking through a grassy field. And it'll be like a drug to make your dick work or something. And then it'll be a advertisement for alcohol right after that. And then an advertisement for fast food right after that. And then an advertisement for FanDuel. Join FanDuel. Gambling used to be illegal. Wasn't sports like it was illegal, and then it just wasn't. And you think I was really thinking about this the other day. Where are all the cigarette commercials? Why am I not seeing like a Marlboro Red commercial on TV, but I have to sit through alcohol commercials all day? You have to be 21 to drink alcohol, and they're allowed to do as many commercials as you want. But something for cigarettes where you only have to be 18, you can't do that because you have to be a certain age in order to smoke cigarettes, so that's why you're not allowed to advertise on TV. What about alcohol? Bit of a double standard there, I think. Right? Make it make sense. Like logically. If somebody can explain that to me, why Grey Goose and Budweiser and all these alcohol companies can run advertisements, why can't Marlboro? Why can't cigarette companies? Why can't they? Just some of my thoughts over this little Christmas break here. A little strange to me. Like I said, it doesn't make sense logically. What's the logic? Oh, cigarettes are addictive. So is alcohol. So is gambling. So is fast food. These are all addictive things. So what is it? Is it the alcohol lobby? Is it because they always talk about like big tobacco. Ooh, watch out for big tobacco. Big tobacco cook the books. It's like they're not even allowed to have advertisements on TV. Who's really cooking the books? How come a 8-year-old can watch a football game, be influenced to drink alcohol, be influenced to gamble, and then eat fast food? But what? A guy smoking a cigarette in a commercial? What is that? That's the devil. It's like, really? Why? Explain it to me, please, if somebody could. Doesn't make any sense to me. We are at 117 followers here on Twitch. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Just got this thing rolling like last week. We started this thing. We're doing it Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Sometimes I'll take off a Friday. I was thinking about taking off today, but I didn't. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to wear my new sweatshirt. I wear my new sweatshirt and sweatpants, dude. These are the sweatpants. They're just tan sweatpants. But this is a nice little sweatshirt here. Megan got it for me for Christmas. Maybe it was Santa. I can't remember. It was from one of the two. Eddie Bauer. I think it was Santa. It was Santa. Texas Holden 316 said, I gotta blame you for making me hungry all the time. LOL. I appreciate you for joining here today on the Twitch. Yeah, a lot of people always say, like, man, your videos always pop up at like 1 a.m. when I'm laying in bed and I'm just starving. Excuse me. Let's see what else here. I don't know if anyone heard about the stuff going on in where was it? Minnesota. I believe it was Minnesota. Roughly, they're saying $9 billion was stolen in Minnesota from Medicaid services. And it wasn't all Somalians who did it. There was a couple of Philly men from Philadelphia who set up their business in Minnesota just to take advantage of the dumb rules or lack thereof. They said it was quote-unquote easy money. So it's kind of a crazy, this was like a COVID thing that has just drawn on now for 5 years? What year is it? Something like that. Texas Holden said you hit some of my local spots in NC. Hey, shout out to you, man. You're probably close to me then. If you're local here in NC. Boxing CMC Boy said your videos got me through my bodybuilding prep. Hey, shout out to you, man. How'd you do in your show? I've always enjoyed that side of the world. I used to diet. I used to diet and do low carb days. I used to carb cycle in my early 20s. because I wanted to be shredded. And on my low carb days, I used to have low carb days like 100 grams of carbs for like 5 days in a row. And then I would have like a couple cheat meals, really reload back up. Texas Holden said 316 outside of Charlotte. Yeah, me too, man. That's where I'm at too. Probably in the same neighborhood, dude. Low key. 119 followers now on Twitch. We just gained 2 new followers here on Twitch. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing, definitely. So yeah, there was like over 90 people involved in this scandal in Minnesota. Christy said, our errands are done. I have returned. Hey, shout out to Christy. 5-stream streak. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I try to like look up like trending news topics before I do this show because I don't want to have nothing to talk about, right? And this was like a huge, huge story. Roughly $9 billion stolen. Feeding Our Future is what the program was called. What is this? Some of the people's name. One of the person's name, Asha Farhan Hassan, charged with wire fraud for $14 million that was supposed to go to an autism program. They would set up a fake business, and there's videos of this. There was a very popular video. I don't know if I could, man. See, that's another thing I want to get better at here is like when I talk about this, and I know that there's a video of like, there's this kid who's in Minnesota right now going around like filming, and he walks up to this building where apparently it's like one of these fake places, and he shows the sign on the outside of this dingy, gross cement building with no windows, and it says like learning program for children. And they spelled learning wrong on the sign. Because it's a fake sign for a fake business. And what they would do is they would go door to door. In this situation, it was a Somalian thing. Like I said, it wasn't all Somalians. There was also other people involved taking advantage of this program. And they would go door to door, and they would get Somalian children registered in this autism program, and the parents would be like, my son isn't autistic, and the people running this scam would say, oh well, don't worry about that. As long as you register, then you'll receive kickbacks. You'll get money back from us as long as you can register for this program. Turns out it was a big scam. Like I said, they're saying like almost $9 billion has been drained from taxpayers' wallets in Minnesota for these scams. What's up, Shiny Eyestone? Shiny, or maybe it's Shin. Shout out to Shin Yes Stone. Came to Twitch just to watch you. Hey, shout out to you. Where'd you come from? Was it Facebook or... Because I put the post out on all platforms, just letting people know, hey, if you want to come hang out, we're hanging, we're chilling. Boxing CMC Boy says that sounds crazy. Yeah, crazy scam, crazy scandal in Minnesota. And there's a lot of people who will weaponize stuff like this and say, oh, we gotta get rid of these people, when in reality, I think it was not only Somalians, but like I said, there was guys from Philly, just a couple dudes from Philly, who went there, set up their business in Minnesota, literally just to scam. It wasn't a real business. They were funneling like millions of dollars into their own personal bank accounts, and they were in Philadelphia. They weren't even in Minnesota, which is crazy. Shin Yes Stone said Facebook. and I'm the shiniest one in the Netherlands. Hey, must have crazy shins. What do you have, metal shins or something? I got steel shins. The strongest shins in the Netherlands. That's crazy. That's pretty cool. Oh, man. Shinny. Oh, yeah. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Shiny. Oh, man. What's up, Risky? Jeter. Risky Jeter. Hey, shout out to you. Are you a Jeter fan? Derek Jeter? What happened to my mouse here, guys? Okay, it's working. It's working. So yeah, that's basically it's pretty slow, like news wise, as far as news goes. That was really just a big, thing that stuck out to me was $9 billion worth of taxpayer dollars just like disappearing into thin air. It didn't disappear. I mean, it was funneled into people's pockets. And I think mainly Somalian social service scammers is what the story is. But like I said, it wasn't only Somalians, it was anyone who loved a good scam. Yeah, I mean, those were really the only two things I wrote down today was that, and then the Nick Fuentes thing. The Nick Fuentes being talked about on Joe Rogan with Shane Gillis. Like, obviously, it's the point. It's mainstream stuff. He was on Piers Morgan. No matter what you think about Nick Fuentes, he like destroyed Piers Morgan in that debate and made Piers Morgan look silly, which is like the opposite of what he was trying to do. We all love good scams, said Christy. Yeah, I mean, hey, that's if you don't get caught, right? These people, excuse me, these people probably thought they were getting away with it. Christy said, what was today's meal of choice? Oh, Christy, it was a disgrace. Today's meal of choice was the reason why I stopped doing fast food reviews. It smells like a dead body. It smells like a dead body. Today's meal of choice is the Grinch meal, which is, I found out, it's literally just shards. It's a pack of shards, almost like peanut brittle, except it's like pickle brittle. And it's one of the most disturbing things I've ever received from a food establishment. And it's a reason why I don't do fast food reviews anymore, is McDonald's garbage like this. And I mean, listen, even if it was a packet of seasoning and it wasn't pieces of brittle, even if it was seasoning, why don't you guys do the cooking? I'm paying you money for you guys to give me a good meal, and you throw a packet of seasoning at me and say, do it yourself, peasant. Put it on the food. If you're offering a Grinch pickle salt meal from McDonald's, put it on the food, dude. I'm paying you money to cook the food. Cook the food. Season the food. Season the food. That's your job. You're a cook. Season the food. It's not my job. Shouldn't be my job to season the food if you've done an adequate job. You're getting paid money Do you know how much money I get paid to season the food? Zero, dude. It costs me money. Not only did it cost me money, but now I'm having to do the work for them. That's your job, McDonald's. Season the food. Christy said at least you get cool socks out of it. I didn't. Where are the socks? Where are the socks? You're telling me there's supposed to be socks with this? Is that real? So not only did they just throw a packet of seasoning at me, but they also, no socks. Didn't get any socks. No socks. That is crazy. That is crazy. So I got cucked. Absolutely, I got cucked on this McDonald's Grinch meal. As usual. As usual. This is the new standard. You want fast food, you're going to get cucked. Christy said people were buying it strictly for the socks and trading them on Facebook Marketplace. Risky Jetter said, actually, I love to seasoning food by myself to adjust to the meal. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, there's a lot of restaurants out there that serve bland food, and then they have, seasoning on the side. This is called the Grinch meal from McDonald's. The Grinch meal. What is a meal? What is a meal? Would you consider salt a meal? I don't know if I would consider salt a meal. Because other than the salt, it's just McDonald's. It's plain old McDonald's. There's nothing different about any of this food. They say it's a Grinch meal. And the best that they could come up with is throwing a packet of salt at you. Salt and socks are the two major food groups, said Christy. It would probably smell like pickle salt. Yeah, pickle salt flavored socks. That's crazy. Holy crap. I posted, what did I post on YouTube the other day? The other day on YouTube, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I posted a short on the American Power Hour YouTube channel. I made a little clip, I made a little short, and it was by the help of Christy, because she clipped a certain part where I was joking about Bill Clinton with Jeffrey Epstein, and I was like, Bill Clinton, he's got to hate that. Bill Clinton saying, I would never wear silk. I would never wear silk shirts. This is AI, And somebody on YouTube commented, they're like, oh my God, you're MAGA? Your food reviews are gonna tank. It's like, dude, I don't even know what IQ that would be. Making a joke about somebody's shirts that they're wearing, and they say, you're MAGA. Your food reviews are gonna tank. It's like, first of all, you're wrong. Second of all, you're also wrong about both points that you said. So old me would have just responded to them with what I just said. But over the course of time, I've realized, like, some people are just, they're not there fully. You know what I mean? And no matter what I would say to that person, they would still think the exact same way. So, yeah, had a block. That's what happens. That is what happens. Merry belated Christmas, man. Hope for a good 2026 for you from Canada. Hey, shout out to you, XY Chemist, YX. Thank you. And I hope you have a great 2026 as well. Christy said, how does making fun of Bill Clinton's silk shirts mean you like Trump? Yeah, exactly, Christy, exactly. And if you watched the entire stream, I talked about Trump as well. I talked about Trump in the Epstein files as well. Are you good over there, buddy? Damn. Got to go. See you next time. Hey, Shinny Yestone, the toughest shins in the Netherlands. We'll see you next time. Thanks for being here. Yeah, so some people are just, they want to, some people are box people. I'm at that point in life where some people are box people. And in order for them to be able to understand things, they have to fit those things into their boxes. And some people like don't have capacity for different types of boxes, and they just have like left versus right and or Republican, Democrat, and like those are the boxes, and like you're either going to go in one or the other in their head, and me saying, hey, maybe there's other boxes that like does not exist to some people. So, is what it is. Some people, like I said, they just want to understand, and I don't blame them for wanting to understand. But some people try to understand by putting you into a box in their head, and it's not a box that you're actually in. So, and there's no getting out of that box in their head. Like once you're in that box, they close the top, and you're locked into that box forever. And it's kind of crazy. But Texas Holden 316 said left wing or right wing, it's still the same bird. Exactly. It's all the same thing. And I made that point very clear on the Jeffrey Epstein expose, you could say, that we did. It's Jeffrey Epstein was working with multiple governments to do foreign policy deals, right? It was in Syria, and there was another foreign policy backdoor deal that he helped negotiate. So he was working with governments, and he was hanging out with Bill Clinton. Do you think he was working with Bill Clinton if he was working with governments? Probably. If you're wondering why our U.S. government isn't releasing important information on Jeffrey Epstein, why do you think that is? Do you think it's because it's a Republican in office? Or do you think it's because it's our government? Period. And they worked with Jeffrey Epstein. Which one do you think it is? Because like Texas Holden said, left wing or right wing is still the same bird. Still the same bird. And that's really the whole psyop. They play this psyop game where they're like, oh, left wing versus right wing. This side's evil, that side's evil. It's the same. It's all the same with different marketing. It's literally just different marketing. It's mainly garbage, and the majority of people are in the middle. The majority of people lie in the middle. And that's a fact. Yeah, Christy said you must pick a box and sit in that box forever. Exactly. That's what some people do. First time chatter, what's up? Basquez. What's up? Politalk. Chicken boy. How are the tendies? They're good. The chicken tendies are good, but they're not the chicken selects. Chicken selects. What happened? This sauce is good too. I like this sauce. What did I say that name was? Basquez. No, I don't think it's Basquez. Maybe it's Baskak. Baskak. Biscock. Biscotti, potentially. Uh-oh. We got a beggar, folks. We got a beggar. What do we do here? Hey, can you go lay down? Can you go lay down? Go lay down. That's how that works. And then we reward, right? We don't have to put a shock collar on the dog like some streamers. Oh, she missed it. That was the first one she missed all day. She's 3 for 4 now. 3 for 4 on the Kenzie cam. Baskies. Oh, Baskies. Baskets. Risky Jetter said the most dangerous form of the most dangerous form of blindness is believing that your reality is the only reality. Ooh, that's a good quote. I like that. Frederick Nies. Is that how you say it? Basquez said, dang, this guy is too chicken-pilled to sound out words. It's the day after Christmas, guys. I had a little bit too much eggnog last night. All right? And I have all these chemicals flowing through my body. I got McDonald's. I got Diet Mountain Dew here. And I just took a Tylenol. All right? Bear with me, folks. Strongest shins in the Netherlands. That's classic. That's classic. The Tylenol, yep. It's the Tylenol, guys. I'm sorry. I took too much Tylenol today. I'm trying to get this caffeine going. I am starting to feel a little bit better. Christy, you feeling better? Because I know Christy was sick for a bit. I had like a real bad congestion, but I took some Dayquil, and then, well, it was like Advil, cold, and sinus. I took the daytime one, and I took a nighttime one as well for like 2 days straight. It was the first time I had taken any pills in probably like 5 years since the last time I got sick. So I take a daytime Advil, cold, and sinus, and I'm like smelling in 5D. It's crazy. I took the Advil, cold, and sinus nighttime one. I slept like 10 hours. Easy. Texas Holden 316 said, can we talk about what is in Antarctica and the ice wall? Why don't you tell me, Texas Holden? Sounds like you're on it. Sounds like you're into it. Tell me about it. Let's dive into it. If you couldn't tell by my shirt, I love conspiracies. I've talked about it before with the whole Candace Owens thing. Like, Candace, like, you're ruining conspiracy theories for me here. You know, I love conspiracies, but when you throw all the shit at the wall hoping something can stick, I like a more accurate conspiracy, like Sasquatch. You know, like Bigfoot. What's going on in the woods? What do they got out there? What are they hiding? You know, a lot of unexplored wooded areas. Christy said, let me tell you, I tried the honey NyQuil last week. Good Lord, that was horrid. Honey NyQuil. I prefer the original one, the one that tastes like lighter fluid. It almost has like that windshield washer fluid flavor to it. Basquez said, "Oh, my bad, dude. My bad." Basquez said nobody shot Charlie. His neck just did that. Yeah, that's the newest conspiracy from Ian Carroll. I don't know if you guys saw or know who Ian Carroll is, but he's a conspiracy theorist on the internet. And his latest conspiracy is that Charlie wasn't actually shot. Nobody shot Charlie, but his microphone electrocuted him to death. Apparently. That's the newest, latest, greatest conspiracy out of the Charlie Kirk situation, was that there was actually no shooter, and his microphone electrocuted him. That's better back up from this microphone then. Yeah, is it too loud? Because somebody the other day said it was too quiet, and I was like, I don't want it to be too quiet. Christy said, "You're telling me out of all the unexplored woods, there's no giant, hairy, smelly men with big feet? I'm not buying it." Exactly. They gotta be out there somewhere. They did like 12 seasons of finding Bigfoot. They didn't find him, but it seemed like they were hot on the trail. It seemed like they were right there. They were super close. There's a newer show out called Expedition Bigfoot. I don't know if they renewed that one for a sixth season. But I do hope they find him. Texas Holden 316 said, Richard, my favorite part about those shows is when they interview like the witnesses, the eyewitnesses. And like in Finding Bigfoot, there's a couple episodes where there's literal crackheads that they interview as expert witnesses who have seen Sasquatch. And there's one episode where they go into like this indigenous, like Native American cave, and they do these rituals. They call them on the show rituals, so that they can see the Bigfoot. It turns out they were doing like ayahuasca, and the guy who brought them into this cave was a literal crackhead. And on the show, they're like, okay, like, what do we have to do to see Bigfoot? And the guy's like, just do some crack, basically. So just drink this ayahuasca and you'll be able to see him. He's a mystical being. Everyone asks, where is Bigfoot, and not how is Bigfoot? Exactly. I mean, I couldn't imagine having that big of feet. Where do you buy shoes? It's got to be a pain in the ass. I do kind of want to finish this snack wrap because it's not going to be good with the soggy lettuce in the fridge. It's just all tortilla now. What are we doing here? New Discovery Channel original, Therapy with Bigfoot. I would watch that. He's like pissed off at his wife and shit. That's funny. His wife like doesn't like wipe her feet when she enters the house. Bigfoot's pissed about it. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so I did these chicken tenders here today. I'll eat one more chicken tendy. I'll leave one for Megan because I'm a decent human. Megan has to work today. My fiance, she has to work. She's a PA, and she had to work Christmas Eve and the day after Christmas. I'm pretty sure it's because she's relatively new there. All right, I think I'm done with those. I don't know what that was. I think it was a tendon. It was one of the tendons in the chicken fingers. I thought it was like a condom at first. I thought somebody rolled up a condom and put it in the chicken. Last bite, I'll give it to Mackenzie. Merry Christmas, I saved you a chicken tender. Tastes like a condom a little bit. Sit. Sit. Can you lay down? Can you lay down? Lay down. Mackenzie, lay down. You gonna be a good girl? You lay down? I don't know if she's gonna lay down, guys. Lay down. Lay down. There you go. Can you roll over? Can you roll over? Oh, you almost did it. It was like a half roll over. All right, here you go. I guess we'll count that. We'll count that as a rollover. It was like a half rollover. Yeah, so I'm done with this little snack wrap deal. And this Grinch salt. I'm definitely going to clip parts of this live and trash McDonald's for this. Whatever the hell this was. This mess of a meal. All right, there's 3 French fries left in here. Can you lay down, buddy? Can you lay down? No, you got to go in Mackenzie's blanket. There you go. There you go. You're a good girl. Ooh. Ooh. Pickle brittle, said Christy. Yeah, that's basically what it was. And it just stinks. It stinks. Another couple bites here of this little pie. What's new with everybody here? We have 8 people currently. It got up to like 17 at one point. Started getting nervous. I was like, whoa, a lot of people here. They're gonna expect me to say something important. Luckily, I didn't. Texas Holden 316 said, have you done a Pinkies review yet in Charlotte? Yep, I did Pinkies in Huntersville. Christy says 13. Hey. Heyo, up to 120 followers, guys? That's kind of crazy. That's kind of wild. That's a lot of people. 120 followers. Man. Kind of wild when you think about it. That's 20 more than 100. And 100's a lot. I mean, think about like 100 cheeseburgers. I wouldn't be able to eat 100 cheeseburgers. 120? No, not a chance. Not even a chance. I'm just yapping, dude, at this point. This is the American Power Hour. I want to get listen, here's what I'll do. I'll show you guys a couple new things I got here. It's right there. You can almost see it. Almost see it. I'll show it to you guys real quick. And then we'll wrap this up. I want to get your guys' take on these posters I have. Because Megan got them done for the show. Basically for you. Megan, my fiance, got this done. Got this for a present for you guys, basically. Because if you guys are seeing it, I mean, we're going to have to replace Dale. We're going to have to replace the stockings very soon. And I think this might work. Maybe right here? What do we think? That's me and Mackenzie, right? Yeah, this is me and Mackenzie playing some hockey. I don't know if you guys can But yeah, I'm wearing a shirt that says "Trying Shit across America." To the right of Dale, said Christy. Yeah, so there's a second one, and I don't know if I want to use it yet. We might put a poster that we took for our wedding photos in the frame that she got, just because. So I created a graphic image, an illustration, and then I put it into Google AI, the AI Nano Banana, and I had it clean it up a bit. And I use it for my Facebook photo, the banner on Facebook. And she used that photo and got one of these made as well. But there's a watermark in the bottom. I don't know if we're gonna be able to use it. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Shout out to Boxing CMC Boy. Megan is goated. Yeah, she is, dude. So yeah, we got this one, which I think would be cool, like here. And then either put the other one there or American Power Hour. Like get like a customized neon sign. I think would be really cool as well. So this is the other one here, and it's a little like I said, you could see she didn't know what that was in the corner. So yeah, it does look pretty good there, you know, and you can't really tell. You can't really tell that it's an AI watermark. And you also can't really tell that it's a little blurry. You know? Looks like a logo on your shirt. Okay, cool. So yeah, maybe we'll do this one, because this is a hamburger one, you know, like a horizontal. The other one's like this. So I was thinking small wall, we'll do the vertical, and then this wall we could do this. Boom. Just like so. You guys are so early. Y'all are so early in this streaming thing that you're gonna be able to help, you know, like do the design of this, because that's like an important thing apparently. Like what's behind you, because apparently people have like small attention spans, and they need like trinkets and objects to look at as I'm rambling. Which, I mean, I don't blame you. So chat, what do we think about that? What do we think about the posters and the plan for the background? Great placement, said Christy. I would love to get those hung, because what do we got here? Today's the 26th. Dale is definitely quite eye-catching. Yeah, I mean, technically you can't even see his eyes, but he is a looker, for sure. I put the hat on him. I bought that Santa hat the other day because I was like, oh, I'll wear it. And it's way too small. I'll throw it on for y'all right now, because what are we? We have 13 viewers here. Hey, we're up. We're up, folks. I'll throw on the Santa hat real quick. What's up, kiddo? I bought this Santa hat from the grocery store of all places, which was probably the worst decision. And it's all fuzz in there. And I got home after buying this tiny little Santa hat from the grocery store, and there was a long black hair in it. I was pretty grossed out, because I was like, what if that hair has lice on it? There we go. It's so small, it's basically a yarmulke, dude. A grocery store Santa hat isn't good quality. Say it isn't so. Yeah, I think it was maybe $3. I literally think it might have been $3. Hey, we got a beggar here. Can you go sit down, buddy? Can you go sit down? You go in Mackenzie's blanket? Oh, she's giving Dal a kiss. You go in Mackenzie's blanket? There you go. Look at you. Good listener. You're only 3 years old and you're a good listener. I'll love to see that. To Santa yarmulke. It's so small. This is the type of Santa hat Ben Shapiro would wear, probably. Oh. And there's going to be fuzz in my hair for the rest of the day. It's going to look like I have like insane dandruff going on, but also red dandruff. And white as well. We're going to close the book here on the chicken tenders from McDonald's. I'm not mad about them. I'm not mad about the chicken tenders from McDonald's. Are they the chicken selects? No. But I mean, is anything really good anymore? Has anything ever come back better than what it used to be? I don't think so. Christy said at least it isn't maroon, exactly. Or olive? God forbid. Yeah, I'm wearing a maroon shirt today. I'm sure Candace Owens will say that I was the Charlie Kirk killer next time because I'm wearing a maroon shirt. That's part of the conspiracy. If you guys didn't hear, if you wear maroon shirts and you like bees, I have this gross pickle salt. It was probably good at one point in time. The pickle salt was probably good at one point in time. Whatever the hell I received today was an atrocity. Maroon shirt with Sasquatch, Bigfoot. Oh, that's the real question, is how long until Candace Owens wraps Bigfoot up into the Charlie Kirk assassination? I don't think she's asking enough questions, actually, if she hasn't brought Bigfoot into it at this point. I mean, Ian Carroll might do that too. The electric shock. I think he's big into the olive people. Electric shocked him from underground. The underground beekeepers that run the colleges. Soggy ass fries now. All right, Mackenzie, last couple fries here. Let's see if you can catch them. Oh, hold on. Can you sit? Ooh. That was a good one. You go lay in Mackenzie's bed? You go lay in Mackenzie's blanket? There you go, kid. Smart. They're going to have you on, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? All right, Mackenzie. There's no more, buddy. You ate them all. You ate all the French fries, Mackenzie. She didn't actually. I'm just telling her that. All right, guys. What do we got going here? What is it? 2:30 here on Friday. We're going to wrap this up. It was a good stream. There wasn't an insane amount of news going on today. Maybe one of these other days we'll do. I need stuff to do with my 5,000 channel points. What can you do with that? Highlight my message. That's pretty cool. What other stuff can you do with channel points? Can I offer you guys? I know the Bitmoji or whatever. Is that what it's called? No, not Bitmoji. The custom emotes. Bitmoji, isn't that Snapchat or something? Every platform has different names for different shit. So it's we need one unified thing that we can all agree on. You can create different things for viewers to do. Like what? What can I can create different things for viewers to do. There's so many buttons. I assume that they overcomplicate this to like not insinuate, not incentivize like new people to get going. The amount of like notifications that are on Twitch and buttons and words, phrases, and none of it's like normal social media lingo. I'm trying to adapt to this. Hey now. Wow, that's beauty. All right, guys. We're going to sign off here because it's been over an hour. This is the American Power Hour, and we've been streaming for an hour and a half. Christy said you can make channel points, set off soundboards. Oh, do pop-ups on the screen. I'm going to have to dive into that. This weekend is when I'll dive into it. Part of me was like, maybe I won't stream today and I'll just dive into it, but we were like, screw that, I'm going to stream. And I could also dive into it this weekend because I have a couple days. All right, Christy, thanks so much for being here. I'm going to dive into this back end. I'm going to dive into my back end here and see what I can't do as far as emotes and all that stuff goes. Soundboards, that sounds fun. That sounds like a good time. All right, guys. I hope everyone has an amazing Friday. I hope everyone had a great Christmas. And we'll catch you here on Monday. We'll be here Monday, right around noon 30. Noon 30, the American Power Hour. I'm your host, Nick Metcalf. I'm here with my co-host, Mackenzie, and she's asleep. Oh, she's up now. But we're done. We're donezo. So everyone have a great weekend. Merry Christmas, everyone. Appreciate y'all. Thank you guys. Boxing at MCM. Your Tyreek, Christy, everyone in the chat. Thank you guys. Peace out. Have a great weekend.